seedlings and I'm so excited. So it's only the end of March, but since we live in such a high climate, zone 2B-ish, I need to start some of my stuff now. I probably should have started it a couple weeks ago, but we just weren't set up and ready to go. So today I'm going to start some peppers, tomatoes, as well as a whole bunch of different flowers, and then some of my brassicas, because then I can transplant them early before the frost leaves. So our last frost date is approximately the end of May, but we haven't lived here long enough to know that for sure, so I'll just play it by ear. Since we have these lovely grow lights, I'll be able to extend our season just a little bit. So let's get planting. Up the first round of spring planting. I got 4 trays ready to go with our grow lights inside and the domes on top, and then the emergency blankets just to trap the heat inside. I'm really looking forward to what the summer is going to hold. So besides seed starting, we also have been super busy this March. Behind me you can see that there is no more chicken coop. We took it all down. It started off with us just taking down some of our thistle weeds, and then it was such a beautiful day that we just started picking at the weeds, and we needed to take some of the chicken wire down to get at the weeds. And by the time we had all the chicken wire down, we noticed the structure was kind of loose, and so we decided to push it over. So we do plan on rebuilding it. We're probably going to keep the same dimensions that the old chicken coop was, and then just add a couple dividers as well as a new access point, because the old door isn't where we would like it. We'd like it more on the front here. Also decided to rough out the garden just to see kind of where our bed placement will be, as well as how many beds we think we might need. So we're thinking 20 by 4 foot beds, and then this year we'll do 4 beds, potentially 6 depending on how many my seedlings end up surviving, as well as we're also going to fence it all in. So we'll go fencing from the corner of the barn out a bit, as well as from the edge of the exterior of the chicken coop out a bit. As you can see, the snow is melting quite rapidly, and we still don't have a well yet. We're waiting for the grid road ban to end before the well company can come out and drill. So in the meantime, we're still kind of melting snow and looking for a 500-gallon water tank on a trailer to haul water for a bit, now that it's nice enough that we can keep that outside and not worry about it freezing. It's been about a week since we planted our seedlings, so let's check out the growth on that. The tomatoes are coming up strong, as well as all the onions and the flowers. Later on in the week, I plan on potting up the tomatoes into a little bit bigger pots, as well as starting some of my marigold seeds and my cucumbers and other squashes. Sam's also been busy down in the basement. He created his workbench, which has been nice to have a spot for all of our tools. We haven't really used it to build anything on, but it is a great tool storage system for us right now. And later on in the summer, we'll probably move it out into the garage and build a proper full-scale workbench with like built-in tool storage and add our vices and stuff like that. So I think that wraps up the month of March. Looking forward to the spring and the new garden beds that are going to go in, and just sort of seeing what this property has in store. Now that the snow is all melted, we're starting to find some interesting treasures, because when we first moved here, we only had a day before the snow came, and so we haven't really seen what was left behind from the previous owners and renters and stuff. So earlier today, we ended up finding a cast iron pan, which I'm really excited to polish and clean up and see what kind of brand it is. Yeah, so we'll see you in the next video.